in the field, on the field, everything we do, we dominate. That means kill a fly with a sledgehammer. But it's not about the fly you just killed. It's about the other flies that's watching.
Yo dogs, and welcome to another edition of the Chennis Berry Show as we talk South Carolina State football with Bulldog head coach Chennis Berry. This past Thursday night, the Bulldogs got the biggest win in the school since December 18th, 2021, when the Bulldogs won the Celebration Bowl. We beat North Carolina Central 24-20. Coach, congratulations on such a big win. Huge audience. Tell me about that football game.
Well, to God be the glory. First of all, man, we won a football game, man. It's hard to do. And played against a good football team with North Carolina Central. And, our guys were ready. They were excited about the opportunity. And, we went out and played well. I'm very, very proud of them for that. I was proud of our coaches for putting plans together with a short week. I mean, you got to think about it. With us playing on a Thursday night, we had to move our preparation time up a little bit more. But the separation is in the preparation. I thought our coaches did a great job coming up with plans. Our guys were locked in all week in practice. They knew it was at stake. And we had a good North Carolina Central football team coming in here, and our guys found a way to play well. They played well for most of the game and found a way to win a really good game against a really, really good football team.
Coach, we got off to another fast start in this ball game. Coaches are going to think twice about giving you the football first. Thought North Carolina Central was not prepared for what you brought out on that first possession.
Well, we were prepared. We wanted a fast start. Anytime we play a game, we want a fast start. We wanted to be aggressive. We don't want to be timid at all. We wanted to be aggressive. And, we found a way to move the ball down the field, and it started with a big explosive play from Eric Phoenix to Justin Smith-Brown that put us down at scoring range. And, unfortunately, we didn't get a touchdown on that drive, but we were able to move the ball and kind of show North Carolina Central what we were going to be about that day, and that was going to be aggressive. But we ended up ending that drive with a field goal to get points on the board, and that's what it's all about.
So Central finally gets the ball back, and they go quick 3-and-out. Jamar Taylor could not get started. You got them off the field early, and that kind of set the tone. Because time of possession, we talked about it. I mean, they were 3-and-out on their first possession, 3-and-out on the second possession.
Yeah, our defense played well. I mean, we knew we went into that game. We knew they had an explosive back, so we had to slow him down. And I thought our defensive line and our front seven with our linebackers, as well as our secondary, did a good job of slowing down the run. But to put that offense, who typically goes up and down the field on opponents, man, to be able to hold them guys to two quick 3-and-outs, man, that's a fast start for our defense.
Not only that, 47 yards was all the total offense North Carolina Central could muster in the first half. And we're talking about the number one offensive team, number one defensive team in the MEAC.
Well, absolutely. And I thought our defense was locked and loaded, man. To be able to hold that team, slow that team down to, that type of offensive performance, that's huge. But, time of possession means a lot to us. So, we were able to really maintain the ball pretty much that whole first half. It kept our defense off the field. And when our defense got out there, they got 3-and-outs. So, they got a lot of rest in that first half. But, I thought we did some really good things. All three phases. In this program, we talk about team a lot. It's not about offense, not about defense, not about special teams. It's about the team. Together, everyone achieves more. And I thought we played really, really good team football in that first half.
The thing about this game, too, Coach, which I thought was a good testimony for both teams. It was a great football game from the standpoint of we only had 5 penalties in that football game. North Carolina Central, was stuck on A&T. North Carolina Central had 6. That's a well-played football game. And when people watching football, if they see a good football game, they recognize that.
Well, we're on a national stage, and HBCU football is here to stay. We don't want to put sloppy ball out there. It's important that we play the right way. And we always talk about process here. Our process is doing things the right way. And, not to only have 5 penalties, we've been up there pretty much all season. We've really been honing in on that. Not just myself and my staff, but our leadership council has really been driving home on it now, saying, guys, we can't kill ourselves with what we call self-inflicted negatives and beating ourselves with penalties.
Talk about that second possession. We finally get the football in the end zone to Caden High. Bulldogs go up 10-0, struggling in the running game, but you pull out a wrinkle in the Eric Phoenix, who's a prolific passer, 26 of 36, 341 yards, and a touchdown. He ran the football. That opened things up.
Well, Eric's a true dual-threat quarterback. He really is. And he's not little. I tell people about Eric all the time. Eric's 200-plus pounds, but Eric, in the weight room, he takes the weight room serious. He does 225 about 18 to 20 times. So he's not he's not a weak guy by any stretch of the imagination. We knew that Eric could run the football as well. So I just added another dynamic to our offense with him being able to pass the ball as well as being able to run the ball, not with just keeping plays alive with his feet, but having designed quarterback runs.
Now, we hadn't talked a lot about Jamari Taylor. People don't realize just how good Jamari Taylor is. He's one of the best backs in all of SCS football, led him not only in rushing, but in receiving, Coach. And he was really non-existent in that first half.
Kudos to my entire defensive staff, defensive football team. They really held a really, really good football player to really nothing. I mean, they held him in the run game as well as in the passing game. And, I thought our guys were locked in all week. They knew it was at stake. And I thought for the most part they did an amazing job slowing down a really, really good, explosive offense.
And keeping the football was so important, Coach. You don't talk enough about the offensive line. You really did a good job giving Eric protection because if you go back and you look at the game, Eric could go through his progressions almost every time going back.
Absolutely. I thought we did a good job in protection. It's very important that we give our quarterback time because we feel like wholeheartedly we have some explosive receivers on the perimeter. And not just our receivers. As you see this past game, Keyshawn Toney, our tight end, got active as well. He had several catches. He was able to be explosive with the ball in his hand even after the catch. He's 255, 260 pounds, and to be able to see how he runs in space, it's kind of hard to tackle that big guys. But, our job, up front with the big guys is just to make sure that they do a good job of giving the quarterback time. That's their role, a part of what we're trying to do offensively. I thought they did their job.
Our Bulldogs up 17-0 late in the second quarter, Coach. When you look at that situation, you look back at opportunities in the first half, you know the North Carolina Centers are going to come with another punch in the second half.
Well, no doubt about it. They're a well-coached football team. They have championship pedigree, so we knew that we had to come prepared in that second half, ready to go. But we talk about that middle eight all the time, man. We were able to get points right before the half, which gave us some separation there going into the half. We knew that they were going to get the ball first in the second half. We wanted a fast start from our defense. So it was important to us to put points on the board before we went in at halftime. But, we knew all in all, when we got it together as a staff at halftime, we talked about, the urgency of now. No opportunity wasted. There was 30 more minutes in that game. And yeah, like I always say, we weren't getting that locker room. Just be positive with our guys. Regardless of what, in our mind, we say 0-0, which we know it's not 0-0. But I always tell our defense staff, they don't score, they don't win. So at the end of the day, it may sound like pressure sometimes, but, at the end of the day, our defense did a great job all game. And I was very, very proud of their efforts.
So let me go back to a point you just made for our fans so they kind of pay attention to this because this has been the trademark of you throughout the season. Half can be winding down. There's a minute and a half on the clock. We get the ball. I remember the Citadel games and other games as well. There's an opportunity. You talk about the opportunities. You're really still going after them hard, and that's made a difference in that particular ball game as well.
Well, you got to be aggressive, and if you believe in your guys and you put them in those kind of situations in practice. We work situational football all the time in practice. We give those type of scenarios in practice. So if you practice, so you have to build confidence in your team too to show them that we're able to go out and do that in the game as well. So, we believe in being aggressive, and we'll continue to do that as we go for the rest of the season. All
right, now it's time for the Prisma Health Injury Report for the North Carolina Central game, Coach. It was a physical football game. Tyler Smith, who came in and played, was injured at the point of the ball game, but where were we injury-wise going into Howard this week?
Well, I think we're in good shape. That's football, man. We just played, 8 games? I think we just wrapped up 8 games. So, it's really week 10 for us going into week 11 because we had 2 off weeks. So, we're going to have guys banged up. It's ball. I tell them at this point in the season, man, you gotta bite down on your mouthpiece, buckle up your chin strap. Let's get ready to go play some football.
Speaking of that takes us right into the Food Lion Sack to Give Back sponsorship here on the Chennis Berry Show, where Food Lion donates 1,000 meals to folks in the Orangeburg area for every sack. And in this ballgame, Coach, 4 sacks, 3 by Shard Hall, 1 by Jaden Brock.
Listen, those 2 are bookends. I tell you what, I wouldn't like to be the other team because if you got to block number 19 and number 1 for 60 minutes, good luck. Those guys are special. I mean, not only are they really good football players, they're really good people. And I love to see the success that they're having. I believe they're in the top 5 in the country. Both of those guys are sacks. I believe one has 10, Ashad Bill Hall, and the other one has 8.5. So, you have to find ways to block those guys, and they're special. They play with amazing motors. They play well together. They love each other. And, as long as we got those guys and with the good, the guys in the interior that's doing good things to create one-on-ones for those guys on the edge, it's a great day rushing that passer for us here at South Carolina State.
All right, that is the Food Lions Sack to Give Back program. That was a good time out here on the Chennis Berry Show. We come back with our assistant coaches in the coaches spotlight. You'll meet Coach DJ Boldin, the wide receivers coach here at South Carolina State. We'll be back with more of the Chennis Berry Show right after this timeout.
A single moment can ignite a passion. With every play, a spirit of teamwork is forged, and determination evolves into success. Life is the ultimate team sport, and a trusted teammate makes all the difference. Our team at Founders Federal Credit Union works hard every day to offer the financial tools you need, backed by unrivaled member service. Relax, you're with Founders.
No one takes care of families like Prisma Health. As South Carolina's largest health system, we have nearly 600 primary care doctors across the Midlands and upstate, so you can choose the one who's right for you. With a more personalized approach, more locations, and more convenience, including 24/7 virtual urgent care and online or in-person visits with your primary care doctor, we're doing even more to help you be your healthiest you. Prisma Health, the primary care experts.
Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show. We talk Bulldog football with head coach Chennis Berry. Our coaches spotlight now, Coach DJ Boldin. And for football fans, that Boldin name, Coach, rings familiarity.
Yes. He's the brother of Anquan Boldin, but, more so about DJ, man. DJ is an amazing human being. He's a man of God. He's a father. He's a husband. He's a great football coach. And, having DJ on the staff was really big for me because, he's a guy that's been a head football coach before as well. So, he has football pedigree in his family. He's played on the highest level. He's coached on the highest level. So I'm just grateful to have DJ Boldin on my staff.
All right, Bulldog fans, let's meet Coach DJ Boldin.
What's going on, Coach? What's going on? Happy to be here.
Absolutely, yes. Glad to have you here on the Coaches Show.
How did you get on Coach Berry's radar, which led you to come to SC State as an assistant coach?
Well, so pretty much short story, but interesting story. I was a former head coach at a Division II school in Lake Erie College, right outside of Cleveland, Ohio. And once you climb in this profession, sort of like a player, you got to get an agent. So Coach Berry, agent, and my agent works for the same coaching agency, Coaches Inc. And my agent, let Coach Berry agent know that the best wide receiver coach in the nation is available. And Coach Berry obviously listened very well to his agent, and we had an interview and we hit it off very well, and the stars were aligned for me to come here to South Carolina State.
How difficult was it for you coming along playing the same position as your brother, who is one of the best to ever do it at the highest level?
Man, it wasn't difficult. It was actually really easy in terms of having a cheat sheet, having a brother, a sibling who grew up in the same circumstances, situations as you, to show you verbatimly how to progress forward in the professional football. I think the hardest part was probably trying to get from under the light or the thumb of my brother Anquan. Love my brother immensely, but as a man at some point, at some token in life, you want to have your own identity. And that was very hard to separate the DJ Boldin identity from the Anquan Boldin.
What led you to coach, and who influences how you coach and the style in which you do it?
Man, coaching was something that I never wanted to do. Really didn't think about it, but hindsight is always 20/20. When you are a player, you're a veteran player, the younger players cleave to you and you just automatically just start coaching those guys. But it was after I got done playing, I had a visit by God, and I was questioning God at the time about why certain opportunities for me playing never manifest itself immensely. And God told me that my gifts was never meant for me, it was meant for somebody else. And from that day forward, I pushed forward into coaching. And one of my idols or one of my coaching mentors is Jim Harbaugh, who's currently now the head football coach of the Los Angeles Chargers.
Talk about the receiver room at SC State. What are the strengths and weaknesses and some of the things you want them to improve on as a group?
I think one of the biggest strengths of our group right now is that we play off of each other. It doesn't matter if Ian Carter gets the ball. It doesn't matter if Caden Hyde gets the ball. It doesn't matter if Justin Smith-Brown gets the ball. Each guy celebrates each other's success, right? While they're eagerly waiting for their opportunity to show me, Coach Berry, the rest of the country, if will, that they are the better player. A weakness, I think everybody has weaknesses. I really don't want to tell what our Krypton weakness is. Never know who's watching. But I would say just a weakness verbatim is my guys not realizing how great they truly are. You know, I think that they're teetering on the cusp of realizing it, but it's always up to the teacher to always see the greatness within the student.
Caden, JB, Ian Naj are a tough group to crack. Who are some of the guys who can make an impact if they got a shot?
Man, it's actually an easy question. One of the veteran guys, DeAndre Ruffin, has been a fifth-year senior. You know, he's a guy that transferred here, has been great for us in situational football. He has taken advantage of every opportunity he's been given. And then the one that's on the latter end of it, but not to be forgotten, is Nigel Johnson. You know, with him being a true sophomore and him playing in the system in terms of MEAC conference play before in pivotal game time moments, his future is very bright. There will be many scouts, many of NFL scouts coming back for the likes of a Nigel Johnson.
Fourth and Forever Muck City, tell us what that means to you.
Man, Fourth and Forever Muck City, my very own documentary. That documentary means a lot to me because that was at a point in my life where I had an opportunity to go back to my town and give back to the kids, to the community, to the city that gave so much and imparted so much into me, all right, into the man that I became to this day. So having a documentary to highlight just some of the talent that come out of that area, some of the speed bumps you would have in a low socioeconomical society such as Pahokee, Florida, and to still see so much talent flourish beyond those circumstances. Documentary really meant a lot to me. We spent a lot of time and effort and energy to letting the world see what truly can come out of the form of a muck soil.
Coach Boldin, we appreciate you coming out here and giving us a piece of who you are to the nation, man. We truly appreciate that.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
You've never been afraid to put in the work. The extra early, extra late, extra work. Because you understand that education is the key that unlocks everything. Better pay, better hours, better opportunities, a better you. And playing the lottery is no different. Getting educated before you play gives you the tools you need to be a better player. Like knowing when to play and when to take a rain check. Visit sceducationlottery.com/betteryou to be a better player.
Why do we travel? Why do we fly? Are we called by the excitement of untold adventures in faraway places? Driven to shape the future of our world, or to share our world with future generations? We designed Columbia Metropolitan Airport for you, and her, and them. So when the day arrives for your next journey, we'll be ready to get you there. Columbia Metropolitan Airport. Fly with ease.
Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show, talk with Bulldog head coach Chennis Berry about South Carolina State's big Halloween night win over North Carolina Central. And Coach, you often talk about turnovers and how turnovers are so important. A turnover got them back in this football game.
Well, you know, it's unfortunate too because we were really moving the ball. I thought we had a good mixture of run and pass on that drive. We were moving the ball down the field. So we took a a shot, one of our shot plays off of one of our run actions. And, I mean, we had a guy running wide open, but unfortunately, as our quarterback, when you watch that clip, as he was going to deliver the ball, he got hit. Our right guard missed his block, and he got hit. So he threw a pick to their linebacker number 54, and then they were able to, get good field position with that, and then turn into points. We always say we want to do a good job of taking care of the football. Don't give them anything. Make them earn everything they get. But, I believe so that all in all that we did a good job of, just weathering the storm. I told them that in this football game, good things are going to happen. Keep playing. Bad things are going to happen. Keep playing. Just play the next play. When you got two really good football teams playing against each other, they're going to make plays as well. Right. Just like we're going to make plays. But, that turnover really, really gave them momentum in the second half.
And Jamar Taylor finally got started. He got a football into the end zone on about a 50-yard, I think it was 43-yard touchdown run. So now it's 24-7. Oh, no, I'm sorry, 17-7. South Carolina State. But then, Coach, we answer. And a lot of times when you get knocked around, it's how you answer. We respond and we get the football down the field and get it into the end zone.
Well, when you got explosive players, you just put it in their hands. And we were moving the ball again. Pretty much all day. We were getting first downs. And that's what it's all about. I believe we had like 29 first downs that game. We were moving the ball, and then we put the ball in our playmaker's hand. That's Caden High. Caden High makes plays. That's what he does. And he was able to put it in the box with an explosive play. It was really a routine play that he ended up taking a routine play into an explosive play and put us in the box. And now we're up.
And one of those things, let me go back real quick, Coach, and kind of recap something. I want to make sure we mention, because it was such a huge play. The way we got the football is Michael Brunson, a kid out of St. Matthew. She's been a start at times, and of course, has been a second string guy for a few times, have to step in now and play a big role. Brunson came up with a huge takeaway, and that led to those points.
And I'm super proud of Michael Brunson. Like you say, he's been a guy that's been in this program for a long time. He's already graduated. He's working on his second undergrad, and, he had to go into a different role this year. And I always tell him, stay ready so you don't have to get ready. The opportunity of a lifetime only lasts a lifetime of opportunity. Well, he had his opportunity to get some playing time, and he took advantage of his opportunity, was able to get us a big-time pick, and just did what he's coached to do. He didn't do anything out of the ordinary. He did what he's coached to do, and he made a big play for us to get the ball back to our offense.
The funny thing, the thing that I enjoyed most about that was watching Coach O'Daffer being so excited for Michael Brunson because he knows what Brunson's been through.
He's been through a lot. The young man's been through a lot. Great, amazing young man. I'm just so proud of Michael Brunson. He's not finished yet, man. We got a lot of more ball to play, and super excited about Michael Brunson.
All right, we got a couple plays we got to talk about. Two explosive plays. Some North Carolina Central coach got them back in the ball game, and it was tight.
Well, it was just like I say, man. The guys made plays. Everyone made plays. We had one play where they got their first one after the running back's touchdown. It was just he made a good play, made a good throw. And he was able to get into the box. And then they got another big play, a guy that kind of made a play. I mean, at the end of the day, coverage is coverage, and I thought we did a good job of getting home most of the day, but they made plays. But, at the end of the day, I told our defense, even before we went out there, if they drive the field, that's better than them getting explosive plays. But unfortunately, they were able to get two explosive plays that put them back in the game.
All right, now it's 24-21, and it is dicey on Halloween night. Bulldogs have had the momentum the entire ball game. North Carolina Central's got the ball in South Carolina State territory, Coach, and then that defense didn't flinch. They make a play.
That's why I tell them, just win the down. Don't worry about the drive. Don't worry about the quarter. Just win the down. And that's the mindset that they had. But, I knew we were in good shape. We were one of the timeouts we had. I'll tell you what, Aaron Smith tapped me on the shoulder. He said, Coach, we got him, Coach. Don't worry, we got him. And when he just looked at me in my eyes and told me that, I said, you know what, we're going to win this football game. Because those guys were believing. It was the same thing kind of happened on the offensive side of the ball. Before Caden made his second touchdown, he tapped me, he said, Coach B, I got your back. I said, okay, well, if you got my back, I know I'm in good hands. So when the boys believe and the young men and the coaches, they all believe in what we're doing in the process we do every day, I think we're in good hands.
Charlotte Hall comes up with a strip sack, I guess you could call it, or Walk Harris. Harris loses the fumble. And the thing I point out, you, Coach, and you agree with me, is that after that happened, Josh Barker, because the ball was just laying there, Josh Barker hits the tackle from North Carolina Central, who could have recovered the football. It comes loose, and Josh Park ends up with the ball game or ends up with the ball, and that really ends up being the ball game.
Well, I mean, it's huge. You know, we play team ball. It's not about any side of the ball here. Together, everyone achieves more. And they play for each other. You know, to see those guys, the way they're running around, they want to see everybody have success and everybody eat. I'm very, very proud to be the head football coach here at South Carolina State.
Now, there are a lot of big plays in this ball game, but another huge play came. South Carolina State gets the ball back. 6 minutes to go, clinging to a 24-21 lead. It's 3rd down and 21, and Eric Phoenix goes off for 19 yards.
Hey, he's a special talent. I mean, it's big, you know, for him to be able to do some of the things he's able to do, not only with his arm, but with his legs as well. You know, it's a special thing, you know. And we were moving the ball on that drive, and I believe what happened was our center, which is typically a really, really smart, good football player, he rolled the ball back there. So we took a negative play. We were behind the sticks, really. It's nothing really that they did. It was really us. It was one of those sins that I talk about all the time. But those guys never wavered. You know, we just found a way. Guys stepped up in those type of moments, and that's when you know you got a good football team. They can find a way through it all to find a way to achieve success.
Bulldogs able to convert a 4th down, get the 1st down, run out the clock. South Carolina State goes to 2-1 on the MEAC with a big 24-21 win over North Carolina Central. I know it was tough for you, Coach, because you and Coach Oliver such good friends, but somebody had to go down, and we just wanted to go 1-0.
Well, no, it wasn't tough for me at all. Which really tough. That's my friend. I'm trying to win. You know, so it wasn't tough for me at all. You know, I hugged him out of the game. That's my friend. We're going to continue to be friends, but I'm trying to find a way to go 1-0. That's what it's all about, this program. And we had that kind of philosophy. It's that 1-0 mindset. We're not looking ahead. We don't look at anything. We just found a way to go 1-0 and fall in love with that process of becoming great.
Bulldogs get to win 24-21 over North Carolina Central. We're going to take a time out here on the Chennis Berry Show. When we come back, we're going to the Players Spotlight, and we're going to meet Justin Smith-Brown on this edition of the Chennis Berry Show.
Hey, grab me one too.
Come to South Carolina State University. Here you'll find unlimited possibilities for wherever you want your college career to take you. Since 1896, we've trained generations of scholars and leaders, building a legacy of excellence. Explore our stellar academic programs, including nuclear engineering, military science, biology, education, computer science, agribusiness, and more. Enjoy student-focused activities and organizations and discover your passion. Dare to be great. Enroll now and join our legacy of excellence at South Carolina State University.
Go Dogs! Welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show, talking Bulldog football with head coach Chennis Berry. We go into the Players Spotlight now. One of our favorites from Cocoa, Florida, Coach Justin Smith-Brown.
JB, love it, man. He's an unbelievable young man, a special talent. You're talking about a young man, football-wise, that can take the cover off the roof. He can run with the best of them. But he's an amazing young man. He's on my leadership council. Great young man. Unbelievable talent. Special young man to have in this program. I'm grateful that he's here.
All right, fans, check out Justin Smith-Brown.
What's going on, big guy?
Go Dogs, appreciate you for having me.
Hey, man, we appreciate you actually coming here on the show and making it happen. Let's get to it.
How was the transition for you from Coach Pugh to Coach Berry?
The transition was very smooth. There's a lot of things Coach Berry does different from Coach Pugh, and the intensity is the main thing. You know, Coach Pugh was very laid back in a lot of things, and I think that the intensity, how you switched to Coach Berry, he's very up-tempo. Like, he's turning all the time, like he says, and he instills in us a lot of things, like dig deep, all the sayings that he has. It just teaches us not only how to be a better football player, but a better man, and we can take them things for the rest of our lives.
How difficult was it for you being a holdover and all the new talent infused into the program at quarterback and receiver this summer?
Oh, it was easy. You know, having the new additions like Caden High, Eric Phoenix, he makes it easy to play off of him, as well as Eric. You know, he's a great quarterback, a great receiver in Caden High, and it was just easy. Like, you have so many explosive players in the same room, and we could all play off each other at a high level and play fast, so it was no problem.
What do you perceive are the strengths of the Bulldog receiver room?
Strengths, the main strength is we all deep threats, and we're not the type of receiver that you can leave on the island one-on-one, because we're gonna cause problems anyway in any space. So I definitely think that we, like I said, playing off of each other, playing fast, and when we have a receiver room that is eager to wait their turn, but at the same time, when the opportunity presents itself, the play's gonna be made, it's special.
You, Caden, and Ianaj are not, I think I just asked that question. You, Caden, and Ianaj are not the biggest receivers. How do y'all handle DBs that try to intimidate y'all?
We really don't see anybody intimidating us. For us to not be the biggest guys, we play big. And I feel like that's one thing that separates us from a lot of receivers, and not only me but in the country. We just play big off each other, and like I said, when the opportunity presents itself, we're playmakers, and that's what we do.
What do you like about this year's offensive scheme as it relates to opportunities for explosive plays?
The opportunities can come at any moment. Coach Berry always says he thinks players are not plays, so if you're a playmaker, you're gonna get the ball, and it's just what you do with it at that point. And like I said, any play can be made at any time.
Last question. What is your why?
My why is Angela Brown, my mom. She's the strongest person I know. I've seen her do many things, and just the way that she always made it seem like there was no struggle. It was just something that I can't let go unnoticed. And she puts so much pressure on me. She's my biggest critic. And I wouldn't say pressure, but it's just the fact that it's the expectation and the standard that she has for me and that I have for her. And she upholds her in the bargain, so I have to uphold mine. And it's just, she just means the world. And I have to repair somehow. That's my why.
JB, man, we appreciate you opening it up and joining the show for a brief moment of time.
Appreciate you, Go Dogs.
Go Dogs.
Your home is where your memories live, where you laugh, and where you love. We understand the importance of the valuables under your roof, tangible and intangible alike. So no matter what's around the corner, we'll be there, offering you and your family the support that's made Farm Bureau Insurance a trusted name for nearly 70 years. You deserve more. You deserve a promise.
Go Dogs, and welcome back to the Chennis Berry Show. We kind of wrap things up toward the end of this particular episode. And of course, it's time for the Davis Toyota Keys to the Game. South Carolina State going to be taking on Howard University this week at Howard. Coach, keys to the game.
Big game because it's the next game. We look at every game, it's a big game. But, Howard University will have their team ready to go. Larry Scott does a great job with those guys. They just had a big win versus Dale State last weekend. So I know they're playing with some confidence right now, but it's our job to go up and be locked in for the task at hand. And, and all in all, when you look at that football team, they won. They have a winning pedigree, so they know what winning is all about. We have to go to their backyard and find a way to go 1-0. And, when you look at them, man, they do a really good job. They have a quarterback that's a dual threat. They have two running backs that can really, really make it happen. I mean, special talents back there in the backfield. And they have a receiver, number 3, that's special as well. When you look at the talent that they have on the offensive side of the ball, they have a chance to be exposed. So our defense has got to be locked and loaded and do their job and controlling a really, really good offensive football team. And in terms of their defense, they're very, very sound. They have the preseason MEAC Defensive Player of the Year in their secondary. He does a good job of fitting the run and does the good things in coverage as well. And their front is nice, man. They do a good job up front and kind of doing multiple things up front. And all in all, we got to be ready to go. And then their kicking game is solid. So, all 3 phases, we got to be making sure we're ready to rock and roll. And our young men will be, excited about this opportunity to be able to go to the nation's capital to try to achieve victory. But, it's going to come down to the things we talk about. It's going to come down to blocking and tackling. And it's going to come down to winning the effort battle, winning the penalty battle, winning the turnover battle, and winning the explosive battle. We feel like we can win those 4 key elements. We feel like we have a chance to win the football game.
There you have it, folks. The Davis Toyota keys to the game. South Carolina State to take on Howard University in this coming week. I want to thank our sponsors who make this show possible. Founders Federal Credit Union, Prisma Health, South Carolina Educational Lottery, Orangeburg County, Healthy Blue, Pepsi, MUSC, and Food Line for their SAG to Give Back program. Of course, folks at Davis Toyota and the keys to the game. Folks, we want to thank you for joining us for this edition of the Chennis Berry Show. We hope to see you this week in Washington, D.C. when the Bulldogs take on Howard University. And next week, right here on the Chennis Berry Show. Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. In the field, on the field, everything we do, we dominate.